Welcome back to another video. My name's Dirt and this is Shatterproof Leather. Today we're going to make a leather belt out of leather. Alright guys, I got two leather straps. If you don't want to buy a bunch of leather, you can buy pre-cut straps and that'll make your project a lot cheaper. I have an 1.5 inch belt buckle and then I just have a 3/4 inch little piece here for our loop. Between these two pieces of leather, I've got about a 3 ounce and about a 6 ounce. We're looking at about 9 ounces of leather. Now you could buy one strap that's about 9 ounces, or you could buy two straps like this and get to about 9 ounces. 9 ounces is great if you're carrying a knife sheath or if you're carrying a gun. The first thing we're gonna do is glue this up and then let that glue set so that way we can dye it, work the edges, and finish that before we go to stitching. Key is if you are gluing two pieces together, especially a belt like this, we're going to be bending it and moving it. We really want to make sure that glue sets before we start doing anything else. So that being said, I'm going to go make some coffee probably. This is actually going to be going out to Kramer. Yes, my boss. He just hit 100,000 subs on YouTube over at Kramer Ammons. And that's pretty sweet, so I'm gonna make him this belt. Alright guys, so this has been setting for a while. I ended up going and shooting my bow for a little while, get some practice in. I think it's ready to start working on. So we'll grab the skiving knife, or if you just have any knife, and we'll just kind of start working the big obvious spots that are uneven. Guys, we got the edges looking nice and square. So before we go ahead and finish this by beveling the edges, we're gonna go ahead and cut our tail end at the angle we want. Now, I kind of like just the straight cut like this. This is what I did on my belt, and it kind of matches our wallets and kind of all come together. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on this belt, just right here on the tag, and that way we can go ahead and finish those edges up and bevel them all at once. Might be yelling at your screen right now saying, how do I know what size to make my belt? Well, it's pretty simple. If you're making it for you, grab your old belt out of the closet, throw it on there, and just measure it from there. We got our edges nice and square. Now we need to bevel it. Now, I'm gonna be using a number 2 edge beveler. So we're ready to dye our leather belt. Now we need to figure out what color we want to dye it. And I was thinking about making this a surprise for Kramer, but I think we ought to give him a call real quick and see what he wants. And that way we give him the perfect belt. I'm going to go ahead and give Kramer a call and we'll see what color dye he's wanting on this belt. That way we make sure we give him a belt that he's really going to enjoy. So let's give this a try, see if he picks up.
What's up, dude?
What's up, Kramer? Say hi to Shatterproof Leather.
What's up, Leather? Shatterproof.
So, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
I'm making you a gift for 100,000 subscribers. So I'm making you a belt, and I was gonna just surprise you, but then I thought, well, I think I should ask him at least what color of dye you want on the belt. That way you get a belt that you're gonna use and love and enjoy. So that being said, we've got like a nice dark brown, which is like the wallet I made you a long time ago that I hand dyed. So we have that color. We can also do black, or we can do just a natural veg tan. You're gonna be getting like a brushed nickel buckle.
Dark brown.
Dark brown. All right.
Are you dyeing the leather? Dyeing vegetan?
Yeah, I'm gonna dye. So I have.
Lay it on there thick. Make it dark, dark brown. Sweet.
All right.
So far, so I need it.
All right, man. Sounds good. Well, tell the people at Shatterproof Leather goodbye.
Stay positive. Be shatterproof. We'll see you on the next video.
Alright guys, so there you have it. Kramer wants a nice dark brown leather belt. Here's a little trick for you. Veg tan leather can sometimes be kind of dry, so we're going to add a little bit of water, dampen this whole belt. That way it soaks in the dye more evenly and gets a nice rich dark brown color. Or dyeing. Using a foam brush to apply my dye on this project. I've used foam brushes in the past and I like the way it looks, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And we're just going to put a nice even coat. Typically with foam I've noticed the dye gets a lot darker, so he's wanting a dark brown, that's what we're going to get. Whew, that took a while to stitch this, and yes, I did use a sewing machine. But before we put our buckle and punch our holes, let's go ahead and finish all these edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and dye the edges with a black, and that's just gonna give a little bit more contrast, but it's also gonna help hide some of the ridges within that belt where we didn't quite get it sanded enough. Alright guys, it's looking really good. I really like the way this rich brown came out, and the edges are looking really nice as well. I ended up burnishing most of them by hand. It just seemed like I was able to get better control on where I was burnishing with how big the belt was on the machine. It just seemed a little easier. We can go ahead and slide our buckle on, slide our pin through, and there we have it. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna rivet this together, but if you've noticed on most belts they have a little loop there for the tongue to slide through after it goes through the buckle to keep it down. And what I did while I was actually letting the dye dry is I just went ahead and took a 3/4 inch piece of veg tan, wrapped it around, made sure it would fit around the belt, and then I just hand stitched it together. Now we can slide this on from the end of the belt, and when we rivet, that will stay right in place, and we'll rivet it on both sides with 4 different rivets. Alright guys, so I'm about ready to punch the holes for the sizing. Now what I'm going to do, Kramer let me know his size, which was, we're thinking around 33. So I'm going to measure from the end of the leather down here where the buckle is to about 33 inches. That's going to be my main hole, and then I'm going to do another hole 1.5 inches up and 1.5 inches back. And then those are going to be the set for his 3 holes, and we're just going to do 3 on this belt, and hopefully between those 3 it'll fit. Oh yeah. Well, that wraps up this video. I just finished the belt and I love it. So I hope Kramer likes it. You guys be sure to go congratulate him on hitting 100,000 subs on his YouTube channel. It is incredibly awesome, and we thank all of you guys for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you have any questions about belt making or leathercraft in general, be sure to hit me up. I'd love to help you. I don't claim to know everything about leathercraft, but I have learned a lot over the last few years, and I hope to share that knowledge with you guys to make you guys better leather artisans and to encourage you on your journey in the leather crafting world. So be sure to let me know if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stitch straight, stay shatterproof. I'm for you. Have a wonderful day.